deep dive into a dark money group that is secretly funding high-profile Democratic influencers. An initiative aimed at boosting Democrats' online offers influencers up to $8,000 a month to push the party line. All they have to do is keep it a secret and agree to restrictions on their content. In a private group chat in June, dozens of Democratic political influencers discussed whether to take advantage of an enticing opportunity. They were being offered $8,000 per month to take part in a secretive program aimed at bolstering Democratic messaging on the internet. Wait, what? $8,000 a month honestly seems like a small payout if they actually supposed to be high-profile influencers. The economy really is falling apart. Are you kidding me? $8,000 a month is an incredible amount of money for whatever their deliverables are. What the fuck? Do you have $8,000 a month that you have to spare? We're talking about like up and comers. You know what I mean? We're talking about people that just like get, like $8,000 a month is life-changing money for a lot of people, for virtually everyone. You're talking about almost $100,000 a year. That's an incredible amount of additional revenue that you're going to be able to generate. $8,000 a month would change every single person in this chat's life. No matter how high profile the people are, unless there's someone like myself and there's not a lot of other people at my level, $8,000 a month is unironically going to be a life-changing amount of money for most people. And this is not like me flexing. You have to understand, like someone like David Pakman would, I'm using him because he's like a big content creator, right? Like he would be a high profile influencer. I'm not making any inferences here. I don't know if he was a part of this or not. I'm just using him as an example because of like his size. Or Kyle Kulinski, for example, right? Kyle Kulinski is an even better example because he most likely didn't participate in this program, obviously. So I'll just use him instead. Like for someone like Kyle Kulinski, $8,000 in additional revenue a month would be massive. He is one of the most high-profile political influencers out there. Even Majority Report. He's in the article. Yes, he took the money, not Kyle. Oh, he is in the article and he did take the money. Oh, he was a part of the program. Okay, well, all right. Well, then I don't feel that bad first saying David Pakman. Anyway, but the contract sent them to Chorus, the nonprofit arm of liberal influencer marketing platform, came with some strings. Among other issues, it mandated extensive secrecy about disclosing their payments and have restrictions on what sort of political content the creators could produce. In their group chat, influencers debated the details. Should we send a joint email with all our email addresses, or are we just going to send things separately and hope they change everything for everyone? Lorenzo, a non-binary creator in Columbus, Ohio, with over 884,000 TikTok followers, asked the group. Some joked about collective bargaining. Any Newsies fans in here? Eliza Orlins, a public defender and reality TV star known for appearance on Survivor, posted in the group, "We're a union just by saying so." The influencers in the chat collectively had at least 13 million followers across social media platforms. They represented some of the most well-known voices in online posting in support of Democrats, and they are the key. They're key to wherever the party moves next. But ultimately, the group didn't make much progress. Reading through the revised Chorus contract, like you win some, you lose some. A reproductive justice influencer named Perry, who posts under the handle Women in America, responded later in the thread. I also think there's at least 4 other things that should change, but the vibe I got from their email was that there would be minimal, if any, changes. Lorenzo Orlins and Perry did not reply to requests for comment. I don't feel strongly about pushing, to be honest. Aaron Parnas, a Gen Z. Oh my God, Lev Parnas' son, Aaron Parnas, was a part of this. A Gen Z news influencer who has been called the Gen Z Walter Cronkite and has been lauded in legacy media outlets, posted in the chat. They aren't going to modify it anymore. Seems like a take it or leave it. Parnas declined to comment. I believe we're in stage 5, acceptance, Perry responded. Creators began signing on to the deal. For years, Democrats have struggled to work with influencers. In 2024, President Joe Biden's White House snubbed several prominent content creators after they lightly criticized the administration over its policies on climate change, COVID, Gaza, and the TikTok ban. Content creators who challenged Kamala Harris, including Hasan Piker, a well-known influencer on the left, were similarly unwelcome at campaign events. After the Democrats lost in November, they faced a reckoning. It was clear the party had failed to successfully navigate the new media landscape. While Republicans spent decades building a powerful and robust independent media infrastructure, maximizing controversy to drive attention and maintaining tight relationships with creators despite their small disagreements with Trump, the Democrats have largely relied on outdated strategies and traditional media to get their message out. Now, Democrats hope that the secretive Chorus Creator Incubator Program, funded by powerful liberal dark money group called the 1630 Fund, might tip the scales. The program kicked off last month, and creators involved were told by Chorus that over 90 influencers were set to take part. Creators told Wired that the contract stipulated they'd be kicked out and essentially cut off financially if they even so much as acknowledged that they were a part of the program. Some creators also raised concerns about a slew of restrictive clauses in the contract. This is so fucking insane, bro. What are we doing? What are the creators doing? What are the fucking liberals doing? What's wrong with you? Why the fuck? Dude, first of all, this is the type of shit we yell at Tim Pool over because they're getting it from fucking Russia, okay? This is the type of shit we yell at Ben Shapiro over because they're getting money from the same exact funding groups that fund the Republican Party, like the Wilkes brothers and shit. How the fuck are these guys just like running around being like, the Democrats are awesome, liberals are great, Gavin Newsom is hot, I want him to blow my back walls out, I think he's the next president, and then you fucking turn around and you're getting a fat bag from the Democratic Party through shadow donations that you're not even disclosing. What the fuck? Unimaginably unprincipled. Shit, man. It's also a demonstrable failure. This is what's so fucking annoying about it. That's why I'm out here giving free ball. Okay? What do I always say? Free ball is free. Okay? You want to know what to do? You want to reach out to the youth, young men? I'm giving it out for free. There's also working examples of it. Zohran Mamdani is a working example of it. Okay? Fuck. But these guys don't want that. They don't want to change their policies. What they want is to be able to manipulate people into loyalty to the Democratic Party without any sort of real changes in the way that they are alleviating people's economic hardships. But it now turns out that when people come in here and yell at me with DNC talking points and I say, show me the pay stubs, it turns out some of those motherfuckers do have pay stubs, except their fans don't. And their fans are deluded into thinking that these guys are actually telling them the fucking truth. But it turns out they're actually making you annoyed at the left at the behest of the Democratic Party because that's what they're fucking predisposed with. Holy fuck. The Dems have a terrible time reaching young men because they push rhetoric and that just doesn't resonate with most young men. It's almost a catch-22 between either being realistic about women's rights or appealing to young men to get the vote. No, you can do both. You can do both. You can do both. You can be like, don't be a fucking weirdo loser to women. What the fuck is wrong with you? And also advocate for shit that is going to alleviate some of the economic hardships that young men are experiencing, okay? I do it every day. How the fuck am I able to do it? Why are facts the enemy of the truth, Hasan? What? Not that you'd ever accept this, but it just goes to show how principled and consistent you are. This is a roundabout big W for you and vindication for the DNC shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. This group never even entertained reaching out to me. I think they were smart enough not to fucking come to me, or if they did, I didn't hear about it. I'd have to ask my manager, but I don't think this was a thing. Anyway, influence including the communication about the program and in some cases onboarding session for those receiving payments from the 1630 fund, including, oh my God, Olivia Giuliana, the centrist Gen Z influencer who spoke at the 2024 Democratic National Convention. Lauren Piretra, a former Playboy executive turned political influencer who hosts a podcast for Occupy Democrats. Barrett Adair, a content creator who runs American Girl doll themed pro DNC meme account. Suzanne Lambert, who has once called herself a Regina George liberal. Ariel Fodor, an education creator with 1.4 million followers on TikTok. Sandra Jennings, a former TLC reality star and older brother of trans influencer Jazz Jennings. David Pakman, who hosts an independent progressive show on YouTube covering news and politics. David, you've been in this fucking game for so long. What the fuck are you doing? That's crazy. Lee McGowan, who goes by the online moniker Politics Girls, and dozens of others. The first two declined to comment. The rest did not respond to requests for comment. According to the copies of the contract viewed by Wired that creators signed, the influencers are not allowed to disclose their relationships with Chorus or the 1630 fund, or functionally they're being paid at all. I don't even know how this is allowed. How is this not a fucking violation of numerous points of regulation? If I feel like this is a violation of I mean, this is a FTC violation, and not only that, but this is like, you have to disclose when you have an ad, and you have to disclose if it's a political ad, especially. Actually, that's not true. I don't think you have to disclose if it's a political ad, but it's already I guess technically not. Yeah, you don't have to actually put hashtag ad if it's a political ad, because that's already clocked. Like, it's that those payments are all public. You just have to sort through the data. So I guess it wouldn't be an FTC violation at all. It's not an ad, it's a membership, it's a loophole. No. Even if it was an ad, I don't think they would have to disclose it, because political payments that a campaign makes is all, or even PACs make, are all oftentimes like hidden under numerous different subsidiaries and whatnot. But payments being made from a political group like a PAC or whatever, you don't have to. I don't think you legally have to disclose that it's an ad that you have. But and the only reason why you don't have to legally disclose that you're doing a hashtag ad, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. Okay, but the reason why is because it's already public for those who are crazy enough to go and seek it out. Like, one of the examples I'll give you is a Progressive Victory, right? They approached me a million fucking times. But because they were like aligned and affiliated with Destiny, and because they were like being run by Brianna Wu, I was like, I'm not touching that shit. And there's some nice people that work there, some people who are truly ambitious. But what it turned into was a fucking slush fund for Destiny's best friends. Okay, like I was not touching that. Now this is a different thing. This is not that. Okay, and I didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole because I was like, I can't be aligned with something like this because of the people that I am, the people that are running this, and also the people that they think are good voices to uplift, the people that they're willing to pay to do political advertising. For me, I was like, that's not something that I'm interested in. All of Destiny's former orbits suckled on progressive victory. Yeah, and it turned into a fucking slush fund for Destiny's besties, like straight up. All of the people who are pro-Israel and all the people who are pro-Destiny unironically got fucking paid. Yeah, you were right. Key, search, disclose. Yeah. She says she takes their talking points and puts them in their own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid. When it comes to hawking commercial products or sharing financial advice, federal rules require influencers to disclose when they're being paid. But in a rulemaking last December, the Federal Election Commission voted against similar requirements for influencers spreading political messaging, which is fucking insane, by the way. Why the fuck would you not have to disclose that? Are we kidding? But yeah, in the United States of America, if you are a political campaigner, if you are a political operative, you do not have to disclose that you're getting paid to say certain things, which fucking blows my mind. Blows my goddamn mind. How is that possible? Doesn't this just prove what? Yeah. I'm a professional fundraiser. Someone who is collecting checks from a campaign will show up on that campaign's FEC report. Yeah, exactly. That's precisely the reason why I said, like, because it's public on the back end, technically they can get away with saying, oh, you don't have to disclose it, which is fucking bullshit. Okay. If it's a super PAC, it could be disclosed, or it could say it's paying some other PAC that's paying some other PAC, etc. The real dark money, though, is the 501c3s and the 501c4s, since they do not have to report. Exactly. It's so fucked up. And it's so goddamn annoying. Anyway, does the liberal influencer believe to have been approached by Chorus about 1630 fund financing opportunity this spring? They were told that Chorus appreciated the work that they were doing online and were asked if they'd be interested in being part of the first cohort of a new program that Chorus was running to help expand their reach and impact, creators told Wired. But following the initial outreach, many creators expressed concern about some stipulations. According to the copies of the contract viewed by Wired, creators in the program must funnel all bookings with lawmakers and political leaders through Chorus. Creators also have to loop Chorus in on any independently organized engagements with government officials and political leaders. If I want to work with another politician, I have to fully collaborate with them, said one creator who was offered the contract but ultimately declined to take it and asked not to be named. If I get Zoran and he wants to do an interview with me, I don't want to give that to them. Creators in the program are not allowed to use any funds or resources that they receive as a part of the program to make content that supports or opposes any political candidate or campaign without express authorization from Chorus in advance in writing per the contract. The contracts reviewed by Wired prohibit standards of partnership disclosures, declaring that creators will not publicize their relationship with Chorus or tell others that they're members of the program without Chorus's prior express consent. They also forbid creators from disclosing the identity of any funder and give Chorus the ability to force creators to remove or correct content based solely on the organization's discretion if that content was made at a Chorus organized event. God damn, this shit is so ass, bro. It is so fucking ass. It's so, I mean, Republicans are going to make mincemeat out of this. Actually, I don't know. They're probably too busy fucking talking about how woke Cracker Barrel was and doing victory laps over how not woke it is now or some shit to actually pay attention to this stuff. But like, they used to make a mountain out of a molehill with like any kind of DNC pay stubs that like Harry Sisson got. So this is the big Monty.